feed that flame. Laugh through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a grin. Tears, truth, jokes, but he'll begin. She break it down real, never playing pretend. Take heed to the message, lessons through the lens. She built from the stars, turned all them L's and twist to Mars. Ain't here to preach, just here to relate. She done fell in the traps, now she shifting the plate. Every slip was set up for her next prize. Not your poor truth with a joke on the side. No filth, no fluff, just soul in the mix. Every story got a gem, every laugh got a fix. She went and went from hard way to hustle, from crying in the dark to finding the muscle. So if you watch it, better open your ears, cause the realest lessons come wrapped in them tears. Take heed to the message, you gon' feel this vibe. Real talk, no cut, just the truth and lies. Get through the fire, now she speak that flame. Laugh through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a trend. Tears, truth, jokes, where the hill begin. She break it down real, never play and pretend. Take heed to the message, lessons through the lens. She said how it is, no shook, no mask. My ghost you in love, but it's all gonna last. It's life uncut with a side to grace. She a voice in your ear when the world in your face. So laugh if you want, cry if you need. But one thing for sure, keep on taking. Cause she been through the mess, now she blessed in the crowd. With truth in the chest, and the head still proud.
Shout out to Corey Joe, 1000 Watts Radio. Shout out to that amazing brother, okay? When you get time, please like and subscribe to that brother channel, 1000 Watts Radio, okay? You will not be disappointed. And when you get in his chat, tell that brother Take Heed sent you. You hear me? Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? What's up, baby? We about to get into some foolery this morning. Okay, now first question I gotta ask y'all, did I go too dark on my face? Because you know I like to look chocolate. Did I go too dark on my face, or is it okay? Because sometimes I go like too dark. Is it okay? You know, because I like to look chocolate, but when I'm looking at my breasts, okay, I'm looking at my breasts because you know I got that pigmentation anyway. But when I look at my breasts, is it okay? Stephen said, beautiful to me. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. Okay. I was looking in the mirror. I was like, did I go too chocolate? Did I go too chocolate? Okay. 18 said, Queen, we love the raggedy head scarf and shiny things. Thank you, baby. I love the raggedy head scarves and shiny things too. Okay, that's why I'm always broke. That's why I'm always broke. Once I get that allowance, it's gone. My king be like, wait a minute, I just sent it to you. It's gone. I'm like, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay. 18 said, no, it looks even toned, beautiful as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's get into the foolery. Okay. Let's get into the nonsense this morning. The title of this foolery is, do you think it's okay that Pastor Michael Todd stands on the pulpit in heels and a blouse? Now, I had shared the picture of Pastor Michael Todd on our YouTube. You have to be careful on IG. You can't share that on IG, but YouTube you can. YouTube give you a little leeway if you ask a question, okay? Long as you ask, long as you don't get in there and be like, yeah, he wore this. So long as you ask, they'll let you leave it up, okay? So I'm not going to get in here and try to chastise no man. I'm not going to be doing that unless you're a Pookie and Ray Ray. We're not going to be doing that. So there are a lineup of brothers that are, their feet is in the faith, okay? Some of them are pastors and some of them are just grown up in the church. And so they're going to discuss the foolery and we gonna chime in and out, okay? So we gonna talk about it, okay? One of them called him looking like Medea. Now, check this out. Before we get into the foolery, my name is Take Heed to the Message, okay? And my husband deemed me Abang Anwa. It just means queen, okay? We gonna get into the foolery this morning. Good morning, everybody. Stephen, I see you. 18, I see you. Good morning to everybody in the chat. Let's get into the foolery. Okay, let's hit that like and subscribe button if you feel the content. All right, so this is a teaching moment. This is not to bash anybody, this is not to dog walk anybody. These brothers that have the lineup, they're coming with smoke, so we're just gonna listen, because a woman is not here to correct a man. That's not what my channel does. I'm not here to correct men. Unless it's a Pookie and Rere. Then I get the dog walk you because you're a Pookie and Rere. But this is not a Pookie and Rere moment. This is a man of God moment that other men of God are ready to say, wait a minute, you going too far. Okay? So let's get into the nonsense. Okay? Be nice now. Hit that like button. Be nice. Hit that like button. If you don't want to be here, scroll up, baby. Be nice. Hit that like button. Okay? Hit that like button, baby. Be nice. Okay? So now let's get into the nonsense. The first person of the day, okay? The first person of the day that is coming in with some corrections for Pastor Mike Todd. And we gonna talk about it. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. You know what? When we were taught that we are living in the last days, baby, that is no lie. When we are taught we are living in the last days, this is the uncomfortable truth. Now there's two pastors that are coming at him. Both of them, well, I guess we're gonna say men of faith. Both of them are African, okay? But I guess they were raised here because their English is amazing. It doesn't even sound like they have an accent. So both of these brothers are coming in and they're going to dissect it. Also, Marcus Roger is coming in too, but he got a twist to it because he said, if you're going to call out Mike Todd, you're going to call out women pastors who get in here and dress like studs too. So I like that too, because he said you're going to call out everybody. If you're going to call out Mike Todd for wearing allegedly women heels and women's blouse, okay, you're going to call out everybody. Now listen, I'm not a hater of Mike Todd. I didn't like when he had spit in his brother's face that time though. That was nasty. I'm not a fan, I'm not a hater, but some of the stuff be like, it be a little bit, it's too much. Okay? So, we gonna get into the foolery. The other two pastors, men of faith, I cannot pronounce his name. One of the other pastors is like full African name, I'm telling y'all. But the other one is John. Okay? But most of y'all might follow this brother because the thing is, when Take Heed follows you, whatever you follow on YouTube, it hits me too. So most of y'all may know these three gentlemen already. So let's get into the first dissection. We're going to get into Dawson Speaks. Dawson Speaks going to be first. We're going to get into Dawson Speaks first. Okay? And then we'll get into John and then Roger, and that's it. We're going to get into them and see what they talking about. But first one, Dawson Speaks TV. He's coming in and he's like, if you're going to get on Mike Todd, you're going to get on also other pastors who get in here and they dress like studs. Here we go. This is the first Dawson Speaks TV. We're going to get in it first. Now, you know it's going to be a commercial. Okay. Good morning, everybody who just came in. King Libra, I see you. How you doing? It's good to see you. So, let me see. And to all the newcomers, how are you? Mm-hmm. So, wow, it's crazy. Okay, it's crazy, y'all. Now they're gonna put the disclaimer out, okay? Fair use, baby. Fair use, okay? Good morning, Mr. He Said. How are you? Guys, please, when you get time, like and subscribe to Mr. He Said channel. Also to the Harris Tribe. You hear me? Promoting conscious parenting, getting in, like and subscribe to this brother channel. His wife is amazing. She is labeled the Shame Lady. Mrs. She Said. Let's rock it out, y'all. Here we go.
Thanks. Now, before I get into this story, I want to say that Dawson Speaks TV does not discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, gender expression, age, national origin, disability, marital status, sexual orientation, military status, or political affiliation. Now let's just talk for a little bit. I was reading an article over at the Christian Post, and a big shout out to the Christian Post. They are the post with the most, and definitely big ups to Leonardo Blair, the senior reporter over there. He stays on the wall and continues to give us these great stories, and we appreciate you for that, sir. At least I do. I appreciate it. Now the article was about Pastor Michael Todd receiving backlash for wearing feminine attire. Now, Pastor Michael Todd, who in my opinion pulls stunts, yes, he pulls stunts all the time to get attention, which is why I think this is the first time that I've ever done a video on him, and I've been doing YouTube for many, many years. And I think what did it for me when it comes to Pastor Michael Todd is when he did the demonstration with his brother on the pulpit, when he put saliva on his brother's face, I was done. I was like, bro, there ain't that much demonstration in the world. Just preach the word. We don't need all of that. So I get why many people criticize Pastor Michael Todd because he comes across as an attention-seeking individual. Sunday, Pastor Michael Todd began a new series called Mustard, the seed that can change everything. The message aims to teach his followers about the 5 things on which they shouldn't waste their faith. However, viewers and people online really didn't pay attention to the message. They were paying attention to his attire. Now, Pastor Michael Todd was wearing wide-leg black slacks.
Now, I'm going to share something with y'all, and this is no shot at Pastor Michael Todd, but the outfit he had on, I would find this same outfit in Ashley Stewart. The leather jacket, the shirt, the wide leg pants, that cuff your boom boom, like really make your boom boom look high or whatever. And then I would rock the boots, like the patent leather boots I would rock. And I listen, I throw that shit on. I throw that shit on, baby. I go get one of my wigs that I used to wear back in the day that got like the sides down and then all the curls in the front and the back and shit. Baby, I'll walk out. Baby, I'll be clean, honey. So the outfit that he got on, it looked like Ashley Stewart. I know it's nasty, but it is what it is. Shout out to Ashley Stewart, damn it. Shout out to Ashley Stewart for the big girls, okay? Now let's continue. Here we go.
Form-fitting black tank or t-shirt with a mustard-colored leather short-sleeve button-up shirt over it, and mustard-colored and black-colored snakeskin boots that some viewers described as high heels. Now, on social media, people let Pastor Michael Todd have it. Yes, they did. I mean, they went off on his attire saying that he looked like an auntie, and some even said, stop wearing women's clothing. But come on, you all. This is what Pastor Michael Todd wants. He loves the attention. Now, Pastor Michael Todd is a married man with a lovely family. There he is with his beautiful wife right there, Natalie Todd, and we haven't heard any rumors about anything going on in their marriage. Again, Pastor Michael Todd pulls stunts like this one because it draws an audience to whatever message he's preaching. And many pastors do that now.
True.
Not sure what to
now
say.
He's right about that. Many pastors do that now because it makes people come. Now, the message will be, they're not going to pay attention to the message. They're just there to critique him and talk about him and put his name all on social media like I'm doing right now, okay? But it's not me doing it because these brothers is going to dissect it for me. We just going to listen to it because I don't believe women should critique men. Only if they are Pookie and Rere. Then, we going to ride you because this is, some dumb stuff that you're doing. But I do agree with the brother, okay? And no, Mr. He said Ashley Stewart does not have clothes for men. I don't know where he got these clothes from, okay? I don't know where he got this stuff from. Oh my God. But it looked like an outfit that I probably got in my closet right now. I ain't lying to you. Let's continue.
But I want to switch gears for a minute. Shake this topic up a little bit. Since the Super Saints on social media had a problem with Pastor Michael Todd's attire, and my buddies over at the Christian Post wrote this lovely article, which is available to the masses, I have a question for the individuals in the Lord's church.
All right now.
Since we're talking about feminine attire, when are you all going to get on Pastor Jackie Hill Perry's case about her masculine attire? Take a breath.
Pastor Jackie is looking like a stud. Nobody talks about Pastor Jackie. Now, I didn't even know about Pastor Jackie either. So she must have a mega church too. So nobody talks about her either. See? You see? It's a double standard. You understand? So we going to talk about the men, but we not going to talk about how the women come in here and look like studs and praying in front of the pulpit and people looking at her, and that this is stud attire. Yesterday, I saw something on Angry Man channel. I think it was yesterday or the other day. It was on his, shout out to Angry Man. It was on his Instagram. And a woman was up there and she said, I don't know why men are dressing like studs. Oh my God. She said, I don't know why men are dressing like studs. So I said, wait a minute. Isn't that the other way around? Because they want to look feminine. They want to look masculine. So isn't that the other way around? Because men have always dressed like that. So, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, can you imagine? An angry man came in and said, what? After she said it, angry man said, what? Why do you think women dress like men? Why do you think they dress like men? Because it's comfortable for y'all. If the woman dressed like a woman, it wouldn't be comfortable. It wouldn't be comfortable. Then you know that it's wrong. Ain't that nasty? Then you know it's wrong, right? If she dressed like a woman, you know it's wrong. I know you're gonna be like, bitch, what? Yes. If she dressed like a woman, then you know it's wrong. If she dressed like a man, you can trick your mind to believe that it's right. If they put on a strap on, you can trick your mind to believe that it's right. I know that's hard. I know it's nasty, but it is what it is. Let's continue.
Here's somebody saying, Dawson, I ain't know you were going here. Well, fasten your seatbelts because I got more. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Pastor Jackie Hill Perry is an ex-gay minister who was thrust into the religious limelight because she was delivered from same-sex attraction, allegedly. Now, I know she has a husband and that she is one of the poster kids for the ex-gay movement, along with Pastor Donnie and many others. Now, side note, I know there are individuals who believe in the ex-gay movement and those who don't. I don't believe in it. I believe that people make a decision based on their religious belief and they choose not to act on their desires. But your attraction...
Now, he right about that. Right there. A lot of people don't want to believe that part, but he's right about that. You choose not to do it. Even when you see yourself going down that road, you make the choice not to do it because of your religious belief. But take that religious belief out of there. you'll go to what you want to do. You'll do whatever you want to do because you don't have that religious belief in your way. That's the uncomfortable truth. I know it's nasty, but it's the truth. Let's continue.
Changes even if you don't act on it. And if you backslide, you're not going to backslide with the opposite sex. You're going to go back to what you were doing before, what you were used to. Now, that's a debate for another day. Let me get back to my topic. And I know people going to say, Dawson, I don't agree with you on that. But you got to remember, I work in the social service field. I've seen too many women in the Lord's church walk into health departments down here and into clinics I've worked in, and they've had stories of how they thought these men were so-called delivered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was delivered, all right. He delivered you something grandma's soap can't wash off. Let me go on.
Now, I got to stop just for a minute because I see Corey Joe. Hello, Corey Joe. How are you? So I played your intro this morning, sir. Thank you so much. I want to say shout out to you. I want y'all to understand, get in there and like and subscribe to 1000 Watts Radio, okay? And when you get in there, tell this brother, Take Heed sent you. Like and subscribe to the page. Let's get back to the foolery. Here we go, y'all.
I have seen Pastor Jackie Hill Perry in interviews or clips of her online. Since we're talking about feminine attire when you all were talking about Pastor Michael Todd, there's nothing dainty, soft, or feminine about Pastor Jackie Hill Perry's attire. I'm being honest. I don't want to hear, well, Dawson, she's a tomboy. That's a bunch of BS. The church, especially the Holiness Church.
Can you be a tomboy and be grown? Can you be a tomboy and be grown? Now, everybody had that tomboy era. I did too. Everybody had that tomboy era when you're young. But can you have a tomboy era when you grown? Boy is in it though. Boy is in it though. You grown now. So how can you have a tomboy era? You grown though now. Are we supposed to put away our toys and stop playing with foolish things? So something ain't right with that part right there. Let's continue. Here we go.
I don't believe in tomboy and tomgirl mess. That's of the world. Come on, church. If you're going to be strict on Pastor Michael Todd, Pastor Donnie, what about Pastor Jackie Hill Perry? If she is so-called delivered, why does she still look like her past? Why is the residue still on her? Come on, church. Wake up. Many individuals in the church have so much to say when you see a man dressing or acting a certain way. But when it's a woman, you turn your head. If you're going to criticize Pastor Michael Todd's attire, his mannerisms, then what about Pastor Jackie Hill Perry's attire and her mannerism and other women who dress and act the same way in the Lord's church? The heck is he rubbing up?
Now, I like the part where he say, in the Lord's church. It's so funny. He ain't lying. He ain't lying one bit. So we do get out here and dog walk Pastor Todd. We got to get out here and dog walk the rest of them too. Let's not forget the hoochie mamas. Let us not forget the hoochie mamas.
Why is she allowed to get into the Lord's pulpit looking like she's about to go out to recess, mountain climbing, or to engage in a game of tug of war? I'm serious. Take a breath. Answer that question. You all were so hard on Pastor Michael Todd for the way he was dressed. And many of you all go after men in the church who you all deem to be soft or zesty, and God ain't called us to such nastiness. So my question to you is, who's going to go talk to her about the way she dresses?
True.
Because I'm going to be honest. The way this world is today, these people going to tell you the truth. The people that she's trying to proselytize, especially those in certain groups, they're going to look at her and say, why should I change? You're a stud just like me. Closing. But again, if we're going to call out Pastor Michael Todd, who I think did this because he pulled stunts and he wanted attention. But to my point, if we're going to call out men in the church who dress the way Pastor Michael Todd dressed that Sunday, which one of you mothers, sisters in the church are going to go tap Pastor Jackie Hill Perry on the shoulder and say, woman of God, come here, let me talk to you. If you are delivered, I mean, truly delivered. You need to show some signs on the inside and the outside because the world is looking at the total package, not just what comes out of your mouth.
Now, I'm going to stop him there. I love what he said. Everything was amazing. And he even put a spin to it because Pastor Michael Todd was getting railroaded about the outfit that he wore. Now, listen, I'm not going to get in here and lie. It looked like an Ashley Stewart outfit. Okay? Take heed right now. I could probably go upstairs and snatch out something from my closet that looked the same to that doggone outfit. Okay? So, yes, he should not be wearing that stuff. So, I do agree he shouldn't. But also, we need to call out other women pastors who dress stud-like. There's also women pastors who dress hoochie mama-like as well. We got a lot of women pastors who dress hoochie mama-like as well. Hey, Green Beans, how are you? How my mic sound, y'all? Is it messing up? Because I hooked my speaker back up. So is it messing up? Like crackling a little bit? Let me know. So this is the uncomfortable truth. If we gonna call out Mike Todd, thank you, Green Beans. If we gonna call out Mike Todd, we gonna have to call out these other pastors too, okay? Because check this out. Do you know Jamal? What's his name? The one who said he wanna grow weed on holy ground. Y'all remember him, Jamal Bryant. His wife, right? His new wife, who is the assistant youth pastor, okay? Yes, Jamal Bryant. If you ever see this woman on Sunday, do you hear me? Before they got married, did you ever see this woman on Sunday? Baby, this woman had on, mind you, I'm not hating on the clothes because the clothes is nice, okay? Because Take Key love her some clothes, baby. My king can tell you that closet look crazy, okay? I love me some clothes. But this sister had on a maxi dress. That breast was hanging out. Baby, I would have wore it. I'm not mad. I would have wore it myself. Breast was hanging out. And it every curve she had, baby, you seen it. Ain't no way you about to get into the spirit in that dress. Ain't no way. There's certain dresses you should not wear to church. Where are you going? You know what I'm saying? Like you getting in the spirit, ain't no way. Everything is coming out that dress. Ain't no way. Once you begin to shout, everything is coming out that dress. So let's talk about the sisters who do that too. Because there are women who be getting in that church and they be, listen, how do you know, and back in the days of old, grandma, great grandma, okay, let's talk about it. They wore girdles. They wore full body girdles. Do you hear me? Full body girdles. They still have them today. They wore full body girdles so nothing wouldn't shake. When they hit the floor, nothing didn't shake. Mama had that big dress on. Big mama had that dress on. That dress was straight. Like, you know, you couldn't see anything. Like you just knew she had big breasts, but when she jumped, nothing shook. Nothing shook. You know she had a big backside, but when she went up there and started dancing, nothing shook. Okay? Let's talk about it. Mimi, what's up, baby? This is the uncomfortable truth. See, if we gonna call Michael Todd out, we got to call everybody else out too. We got to call everybody else out too. Now, do I agree that Michael Todd should be wearing that? I don't agree. He shouldn't be wearing that. It looked like an Ashley Stewart outfit. This is the truth. Now, anybody who is a big girl, you know what Ashley Stewart got, okay? Because, baby, listen. I live in Ashley Stewart. I live in our store as well. UBNRacksFashion.com, especially when we get that stuff like right fresh. I be telling the supplier, listen, send me some pieces too. She be laughing. I be like, send me some pieces too. Okay? Send extra piece of everything so I can put it in my closet too. She be laughing. She be like, but you know, I'm like, you already know my sizes. Just send me, you know, additionally, put it to the side of the other pieces. So when the load come with the truck, I just take mine and let the kids offload everything else. So anyway, I'm just saying to y'all, that's how I'm looking at it. But it's not me discussing Michael Todd today. It's my brothers. Here's the next lineup for the foolery. Black Queen, I see you. How are you, honey? Matthew, I see you. How you doing? Okay, let's continue to get into the foolery. Thank you to everybody, thank you to everybody who is here. Thank you to everybody who has hit the like button. And the rest of y'all who have not hit the like button, be nice to me, baby. Okay? Be nice to me. I'm being nice to you. Be nice to me. Hit the like button. Okay? Donate to the channel. You understand? Somebody called me broke yesterday. I told them, yes, I am broke. I'm broke. Okay? I'm broke. My allowance is gone already. I had already bought the stuff I wanted to buy. Okay? My king, like, it only takes 2 minutes. Yes, because my phone is linked to the app. It only takes 2 minutes. That's it. Okay? Yes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to Lost in Translation podcast. Shout out to this amazing brother, amazing content creator. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe button if you feel the content on this brother channel. Do you feel me? Listen, this brother is like no other. He is a teacher. He is amazing. Y'all hear me? Get in there and like and subscribe. Now, Green Bean said extra is hell. That wasn't my fault though. The guy called me broke, Green Beans, yesterday. Okay? I'm not one of those content creators that get in here and be like, I'm rich. I'm not one of those. I'm an average Joe, okay? But if you want to donate to the channel so I can buy more shiny things, I'm fine with that, okay? I'm fine with that, all right? Okay, so Law Set is going down Thursdays. All right now, baby. So let's get into the next foolery, okay? The next foolery I got, let me see. Here we go. Okay? The next foolery that's coming up. Here we go. Okay? Let me see. These pastors is coming for this man. I'm telling y'all. Here we go.
Bash him. But it's honestly a video to hold him accountable. And hopefully he sees these videos, and he has made past comments before, that he sees the comments and watches the videos and whatnot. And the reason I'm doing, this video is because, how he dresses, how he puts himself out there can be a stumbling block. The Bible says temptations to sin are sure to come, but woe to the one through whom they come. And Pastor Mike Todd is someone that likes to, post shirtless photos at the beach and stuff like that, and his wife in a bra or in a bikini. He likes posting those photos, and that's problematic, especially when you're a leader in the church, and obviously he's a regular person, but you're held to a higher standard when you are a shepherd to a flock, especially a flock that may be struggling with sexual immorality and whatnot. You have to hold yourself to a standard, to a level of modesty that other members of your church may not be walking in. You should be definitely an example. So I hope he watches this video so that he would understand the importance of modesty, okay? Because it's just at this point getting absolutely outrageous. And I'm not going to be on here too long, but it's getting to a point where he started to dress like a woman. And I'm going to call it out, especially someone who's a leader. I'm a leader, right? Pastor's son, I preach the gospel. And I used to be the guy who used to post shirtless photos and stuff like that back in the day when I was like in university. And
Because I got it on, I speeded it up so we could get through the video. That's why. Okay, can y'all hear it well? Corey Joe, thank you for the $2 super chat. A little something, something. I'll take that little something, something. Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate every donation that anybody gives me, and I especially appreciate the donation that you give me, my brother. So it ain't a little something to me. Thank you so much, hon. So let's continue. Here we go.
You just show everything off back in the day. I would never do that now, even with my sports background, because I know I'll be a temptation, right? So y'all take a look at this right here, and I pray he watches this video because this is not right, all right? The first picture I'm gonna play is gonna be this right here, all right? This is not okay, and I'm speaking to every pastor. It looks like he is he went into a woman's wardrobe and dressed himself. He's wearing heels. He's wearing some pants that look super just feminine, and the short little, he got the short little top on, the yellow top on, and it looks like he's dressed like a woman. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, the 80s or 70s or 60s. Listen, as a pastor, this is not acceptable. As a pastor, this brings forth a picture of someone cross-dressing, right? It looks 100% like he is cross-dressing. And what does the Bible say in 1 Timothy in Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5, a woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, nor shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all who do so are an abomination to the Lord your God. And
I'm going to stop right there. Now, Lost in Translation said he looked like an auntie. Now, I told y'all the outfit that he had on looked like Ashley Stewart. Now, when y'all get time, go look in our community chat. I posted him in that outfit. Now, listen, baby, that outfit is in my closet. I don't care what nobody say. Only thing is that the jacket is black. That outfit is in my closet. I got the boots and everything. Shout out to Ashley Stewart. And I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying to you one bit. Let's continue. Here we go.
He's intentionally doing this. But what I'm really trying to say is that because he's so flashy, because he likes to show off a lot, because he's so just in your face, look at what I'm wearing, it can become a stumbling block to so many people. And it can also be a temptation. And that's why leaders, we need to operate with wisdom. Because Apostle Paul said, imitate me as I imitate Christ. And I think it's a problem if people start imitating Mike Todd. I think it's a problem if people start thinking that it's normal to dress like this, and to walk around like this, and to act like this. I think it's a problem. I think it's very feminine. I don't think it's masculine. I don't think it's strong. I think it's very weak, right? And I just don't think it's right.
Don't waste your faith on things discipline can delete.
I believe in God. I want to go take this test. I don't have diabetes.
That's a fork problem. And now we're in a huddle praying for you, believing God by faith to do what putting down the fork would do. And many of y'all are wasting your faith on things that discipline.
So right there, so I showed you guys a video that he actually wore this stuff. Now listen to this scripture right here in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9 through 10. It says, in like manner also, that the women should adorn themselves in modest apparel, not only women but men, that the women should adorn themselves in modest apparel with propriety and moderation, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing, but which is proper for women professing godliness and with good works. Obviously, there's cultural context to this, but the real understanding of this verse is moderation. When you're saying you're a Christian and you're saying you're a believer, you got to practice moderation. You can't be walking around flashing everything, because now you're entering into the realm of vanity. You're not entering into the realm of idolatry. Does that mean you can't wear expensive clothes? No. But if the purpose by which you wear the clothes is to show off and to be this fashion model on the stage, you're not entering into the place of error. And I don't believe you're fit to preach when you're just coming on there and all the attention is taken away from the sermon because of what you're wearing. And I've seen a lot of people in the comments, they're more focused on what he is wearing rather than what he's preaching. And because of that, because he's a shepherd, he should change. Because he's a shepherd, he shouldn't say, I don't care, I'm gonna keep wearing what I'm wearing. That's a problem, that's pride, and that's Leviathan. If I was preaching publicly, like in a church service, and someone was like, yo, you're wearing clothes that are too tight, and this, that, and they were just not comfortable with it, and they were always making comments, I would change for the sake of the flock, the people I'm shepherding. I would change, because it's not about me being prideful and saying, oh, I'm gonna keep wearing this. Absolutely not.
Discipline could delete out of your life. Oh God, well, everybody not at the same place. No, they're not. We're all running different journeys. But tell me an area that your discipline has kept you from the place of health that it needs to be. And I'm not just talking about physically. You keep dating the same dude.
But I'll share something with you. Mike Todd, like I told y'all, he's not the only pastor that does this thing. Because even if you have a pastor that wore like the straight suits that is tight in the crotch area and stuff, and he's trying to preach the word of God, nobody is paying attention to him preaching the word of God. They looking at the pastor's crotch. That's what they looking at. Just like when you have some of the women pastors who get up here and the breasts be hanging out and the dress is too tight, or maybe the breasts not hanging out, but the maxi dress fits all her curves. Are you paying attention to the message? Or are you looking at how her body looks? And she walking back and forth on the pulpit in those heels and stuff like that. You're not paying attention to the word. Lust has caught you in the church. You looking at the pastor's two-sided, because that's not how pastor's supposed to dress. Now, I know some of us will get in here and be like, you don't have the right to judge pastor. You don't have the right to say these things. You right. But if it's not right, we supposed to speak against it. Am I right? We're not supposed to agree that this makes sense. Because especially, and I'm gonna share something with you, a lot of our women in the melanated culture, and this is nasty, but they have a secret desire for the pastor. Spiritually, in her mind, she believes the pastor is her spiritual husband. Why does Take Heed say that? You ever heard a woman, and I said this to y'all before, but you ever heard a Christian woman, everything she does, she has to ask her pastor. She'll say, I got to ask my pastor. I got to ask my pastor. I got to talk to my pastor. I got to ask my pastor all the time, right? Okay. All right. So you understand what I'm saying, right? Take Heed does the same thing. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'll say, I got to ask my husband. I got to ask my husband. I got to ask my husband. I got to see what he going to say. I got to ask my husband. That's the same thing. It's the same thing. So spiritually, they look to guidance to the pastor who is spiritually, they believe, is their husband. Now, I'm going to share something with you. I know the first lady of the church get tired of these women calling her house, talking about, can pastor pray for me? Can I talk to pastor? You know what I'm saying? All types tonight and stuff like that. I know it's aggravating to the first lady, but she's trying to be an upright Christian when these women who are single and they calling her husband. You know what I'm saying? And she can't get in there and be like, you know, something is wrong. Sometimes there'll be times where sister might call pastor late in the midnight hour and ask pastor if he could come down to her house or something like that and this and that. And pastor not even understanding what's going on, because some pastors don't even understand what's going on spiritually when it comes to these women doing nonsense. So they don't see it because they're thinking that, oh, she just needs some help, or maybe she need help around her house, and so she calling me or calling deacon and this and that, and it'd be something else. It'd be something else spiritually in the darkness, okay? Because there's women that do that too. And then there's some women who are upright and they not doing that nonsense either. But spiritually, most of the Christian women will get in here and say, I love my pastor. This is why it's hard for them to even get married. They love their pastor so much that they could disrespect their husband. The husband will say something and she'll say, oh, I gotta check with my pastor, because you don't know what you talking about. You know how many Christian black women who will tell their husband that? Oh, I gotta check with my pastor. Mind you, the spiritual head of the household is the husband. I know it's nasty, but it's true. Let's continue. Here we go.
Obviously, he pastors a church, but I think he operates more like a motivational preacher. I think he's more of an entertainer. I think he has a history of doing things that are immodest and it doesn't make sense. Like when he wore his wife's, he wore a T-shirt with his wife's in a bikini, and he didn't care. Like y'all take a look at this right here. He just didn't care.
I'm gonna keep doing it. Somebody say I'm gonna keep doing it. Today there'll be comments about the sermon. People will comment good things. People will comment bad things. They'll be mad because I had a picture of my wife on my shirt.
See, that's the problem, right? He doesn't care. How are you a pastor and you're preaching about sexual morality and pornography, but you have a picture of your wife on your shirt in a bikini where there's a little bit of cleavage showing? I'm all for showing off our wives and whatnot, but you got to understand that you can be a temptation, especially someone that is battling with sexual morality. As a pastor, you should care, and you shouldn't say that's not my problem. It is your problem, because you're the person that is supposed to be helping these people. Right? There's a massive problem in the church, guys. That's why a lot of people are not getting delivered. That's why a lot of these churches, they don't really preach against sin. They don't really try to really project godliness and holiness and whatnot. They're not really big on telling people to practice righteousness. They like to say, oh, our righteousness is a filthy rag, so just do whatever. You know what I mean? And that's why.
Hey, listen, how a pastor don't get up there?
Like how is this normal, guys?
But if you go to Forever 21 right now, your daughter has on a shirt with somebody they don't know. I'm so done with church people. What I'm saying to you is comment on it. I don't care. Next week we're going to Miami. We're going to be at VU conference. And I'm going to get comments. And I'm going to do what God called me to do.
And this is the reason, guys, we need to pray for him, because he is a horrible example to the body of Christ. He's a horrible example to leaders. And I know a lot of people are saying 80s attire. No. Mike Todd is just immodest. And my prayer is that he would repent and that he would begin to acknowledge that he's leading a lot of
So he said that a lot of comments were saying that he's wearing 80s clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share something with y'all. Only man that can get off hills back in the day is only one man that could get off hills back in the day. Who is it, y'all? And still look masculine. Who is that? Anybody know? There's only one man that could wear heels and a perm and still look masculine. Who is that? Anybody know? Put it in the chat. Let me know who it was. Heels and a perm and still look masculine. And listen, be able to get the baddest chick. Yes, Prince. The baddest chick he would pick up. That's the only man back in the 80s that could wear some heels. Okay? Now we know a lot of the other brothers, they wore, you know, they had that perm, but they ain't wear no heels like Prince did. They wasn't rocking no heels like Prince did, and still be able to pull the baddest chick in the whole place. Hey, honey, you hear me? Baddest chick in the whole place. Let's continue. Here we go.
People who are struggling with their identity, people that are cross-dressing, maybe people that are transgender. And he has mentioned that before, that it's transformation church, and he wishes that God would have made something in the middle when he created male and female. He doesn't know why God chose male and female. If he was there, he'd be like, God, could you just do something in the middle? That's what he said, right? So I think his appearance is ungodly because it takes away the focus from the preaching. And Mike, I pray you watch this video and that you would put yourself second and put...
Did Pastor Mike Todd say that he wished, now this is allegedly, did he wish God would have made something in the middle, not just a woman and man? He said he wished God would have made something in the middle. Wow. Allegedly. Let's continue. Here we go.
Ministering unto first. All right, because guys, I'm just in a space right now where I'm gonna say this: Mike Todd needs to be marked and avoided. I believe he needs to be marked and avoided until he entertains modesty. Because I mean, come on, he had that one concert where he let the girls twerk in his church, and it was a play or not. No one should be twerking in your church. The Bible says, do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And now Mike Todd is too consumed with the patterns of this world, the trends, trying to, you know. And I think what's happening in the church in this generation is that gimmicks, props, just a bunch of fashion, lights, and presentations are taking away from what biblical sermons should be, what reverence should be. Because I don't think there's an awe and a reverence in his church. I think it's more so presentation, emotionalism, motivation, and he can say a lot of good things, but I don't believe it's a biblical, like, just setting where I believe it's a lot of gimmicks. I just don't believe that he may be called. I'm not going against his calling, but the issue is because of glamour, because of presentation, and because of just vanity, because of the glorification of fashion and trying to be so flashy, he limits the Holy Spirit from actually truly using him, because he's a walking temptation and he's a distraction. Mike Todd, listen to me very well. You are a distraction in the pulpit, because every time you get on stage, it's like you're doing things for clickbait. It's like you're doing things for attention, and you want people to focus on you. And you have put your wife on your t-shirt in a bikini because you wanted to show people. You did it for attention. And you're dressing like Medea right now for attention.
Now that's nasty. He said you dressing like Medea for attention. Now I ain't gonna lie, Medea wouldn't wear that outfit, but I mean, you know, I ain't gonna lie, the outfit do look nice though. It looked like Ashley Stewart. Okay, shout out to Ashley Stewart. But he right about that.
My godly rebuke, and I'm praying for Mike Todd and everyone else that adheres to such nonsense. Someone said, why are we still talking about Mike Todd? I mean, I don't think you're talking about him. I'm just talking about him. I think I was just here so I can bring some biblical verses to edify people. And there's some preachers out there that think it's fine to post their wife in a bikini, or they will post themselves with their shirt off. No, it's not okay. Especially as a man of God, especially when you're held to a higher standard, because you know there's certain people that are struggling with sexual morality in the church. So I think that you shouldn't be posting yourself shirtless, and you shouldn't be posting your wife in a bikini and her belly showing and her cleavage showing. Why? Because so many.
Now I'm gonna start a little trouble when I say this. The Muslim religion, the imams. Okay, I hope I'm saying that right. They don't do that. They do not do stuff like this. Okay? You would never see an imam, and he might be muscular and everything, but you will see him throw on that garment. He would not be out like showing everything that you can see, and you know what I'm saying, and he wouldn't have his wife showing everything because he is the head of how can I say this, of the mosque. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. But in the Christian religion, this is fine. This is fine. And we're scared to speak against it. I know that we shouldn't make reference to the Muslim religion and compare them against both, but sometimes you have to look. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. You understand? And it makes people, when people see stuff like this, you know what it does? It doesn't bring them towards God. It makes them go the other way. You understand? It doesn't bring them to God. It makes them go the other way. Let's continue. Here we go.
Exposed to pornography, and there's a pornography problem, there's a masturbation problem, and because of that, you need to make sure that you're living a life or presenting your life in a way that is holy and pleasing unto God. The Bible says that we ought to be living sacrifices, holy and pleasing unto God, right? So like you're right, Prophet Spinach, we can hold anyone accountable that preaches the gospel 100%, and this is not it. So guys, keep Mike Todd in your prayers. I didn't come here to bash him. I didn't come here to insult him. I didn't come here to say anything crazy, but I don't think he is fit to be able to really help people in their walk. I'm not gonna say with Christ, but their walk with coming out of sexual immorality and dressing in a way that can be provocative and being immodest. I don't think he can help people when they're being immodest because he posts those things online. He wants to show off his wife wearing a bikini, and I understand. You can. I'm not against a wife and a husband going to a private area or a beach or going out, and maybe she's walking outside, she's going on a jog, and her stomach showing a little bit. I'm not legalistic. I'm not against. I'm an athlete. I understand. My arms are out when I'm at the gym. I play professional basketball. My wife did track and field. Your arms are out, your legs are out. I understand that. Right? But just to show people that, hey, look, I'm wearing a suit and I'm wearing nothing under it. I'm just showing everything. And I think intentions matter and motives matter. Because trust me, I'm not legalistic. Trust me, I'm not legalistic. And because it's like, I get so many messages of men and women addicted to porn, addicted to masturbation, addicted to what they see on this. And my thing is.
Now, he's right about this part, because if you're going to church, right, and you're looking for spiritual, you're looking for wholeness, you're looking to heal. You understand? There's a lot of foolery that goes on in the church, especially if you are looking to rebuke masturbation, right? Say you're looking for that. You're looking to get this demon that's on you. You trying to get it off. But when you get to the church, pastor up there in a maxi dress, okay? Pastor, she got her breasts out. That that backside is bouncing back to back as she believes she's in the Holy Spirit. There's a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Black Queen. I'm just saying, Red Lipstick Vibes. Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibes. Y'all, when you get time, please like and subscribe to this sister channel. Content is nothing but fire and educational. Okay, y'all don't mind the dog. He running around back and forth. My king is home, so he's, he wants to be around him, and he done went to the back of the house. He walking around in the front, so he's like going back and forth. So you hear his feet moving back and forth. Don't worry, nothing's wrong with him. He's just being spoiled. So now this is the uncomfortable truth. So if you're looking for that to stop masturbation, like you don't want to have the desire to do that. And now when you get to the church, okay, when you get to the church, the woman pastor up there in a maxi dress, breasts about to fall out of the top of her dress, butt shaking from side to side. You understand? This is a problem. This is a problem. She does. And Red Lipstick Vibes said, she most definitely needs to be dressed correctly. Now, also, check this out. Say you get up there and these young pastors, okay, you got that, those pants that's all hung up in your crotch. and you know, jumping around in front of the pulpit and stuff, and these women who already have a desire for you secretly see you, and they see, you know, you like gun ho right there, and they see it, and they go home and they start doing, you know, master, you know, doing anything too, okay, with that rose, that special rose, you know, you're not helping nobody. People are just lusting after you. So there's certain things that we need to get the teaching from the days of old. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the dressing. There's certain things we need to change when it comes to the teaching of the days of old. Even though y'all think, oh, it's played out and this and that, because some of y'all is wearing some stuff that is cray cray. Okay? And listen, Take Heed is the last person to judge anybody about dressing. Because, baby, I got some shit in my closet that is crazy. But I'm just letting you know, I wouldn't be on no pulpit dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? Any dress I wouldn't fit my curves at all. I wouldn't wear none of that stuff. Okay? Actually, I would put a robe on. I would wear a robe real quick. No. Okay? And the robe would be twice my size. I wouldn't even, Okay? I'm just saying, okay? So we gonna get out of that brother right there. There's other brothers that's coming up here talking about him too. I shared those brothers in our community chat, in our community tab. So far we've been on Mike Todd for about 56 minutes. We gonna jump onto something else. Messy Mashawn is in the house, baby. How are you, Messy? Guys, when you get time, please like and subscribe to this sister channel. Baby, nothing but fire, honey. Okay? Messy don't play no games. Nothing but fire, honey. You got to come correct when you come over to her channel. This is the uncomfortable truth. You hear me? Uncomfortable truth. When people are trying to go to church to save their souls, we don't expect that the church be worldly. You don't expect this. And I know it's not right for us to compare the Muslim religion and the Christian religion together. This is true. It's not right. Okay? But the Muslim religion don't put up with stuff like this. They don't. And the men in the church are not afraid at all to tell, you know, I mean, not in the church, but in the mosque, if something is wrong, they're not afraid to address it as brothers. But in the Christian church, we get in here, and when we approach the pastor about certain things, pastor get upset and tell you, don't tell him how to run, how he do whatever he want to do, he gonna do. You don't have the right to tell him, because we don't like correction. We don't like correction. Pastor will get up there and have a whole argument with you. We don't like correction at all. And it's sad. The men of the Muslim community, the imam, if the imam say anything wrong, those brothers gonna talk to him. They gonna talk to him. They not gonna be scared. They not gonna do any, you know what I'm saying? But because the Christian church, the black church, okay, is dominantly women in that church. Because we have, of course, you know, there are Christian white churches. But, and this is nasty what I'm about to say, but you will see family there. You will rarely see just all women in a white Christian church. In a black Christian church, you will see all women, a few men. A few men will be there. But there will be all women in there. Okay? All women in there. And I'm going to share something with you. This is how you know that pastor is only teaching. How can I say this? This is how you know pastor is only teaching, and I don't use this word, but Mr. He said and Mrs. She said uses this word, love in abundance. That's it. Like there's no correction or none of that stuff. Like just love and abundance. Mind you, it's not the same thing. Mr. He said and Mrs. She said, they teach love and abundance, but also correction too. You understand? But in the melanated church, it is always just love and abundance. Nothing else. Nothing else. Oh, you're gonna get a business. The business is coming. That's right. Speak it into existence. That's all y'all teach, is speak it into existence. Oh, that, the law degree is coming. You know what I'm saying? You about to walk into your destiny. That's it. Mind you, she got 5 kids and 4 different baby daddies, and she's on number 6, baby. We not talking about that though. Okay? That's right. Teaching blessings and nothing else. Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibe. That's the uncomfortable truth. That's the uncomfortable truth. We not talking about how many baby daddies she got, because I'm going to share something with you that's nasty. If you get married, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If you get married to a man of substance, right? Let's talk about it. A man with a king mindset. You know that $1,000 that you give Pastor every anniversary, when he have his anniversary, his yearly anniversary, right? Once you get married to a man of substance, you ain't gonna be able to give Pastor $1,000 no more. So I gotta keep y'all single and being baby mamas, because if I don't, my money gonna drop in the church. My money gonna drop in the church. Because spiritually, these women believe in their mind that pastor is their husband. Why do I say that? And I know y'all like, take heed, you always say that. But why do I say that? Because she's trying to please pastor. Just like take heed. Anytime something happened and my husband say to me, like say right now, I run into some money or something like that. And my king say, give me the whole check that you got. Give me that whole check that you got. I'm going to put it into the joint account, right? Okay? Do you think Taki going to give it to her husband? Do you think I'm going to give it to my husband? Or I'm going to fight him about it? We going to argue. We going to get down because it's my money. See, when Pastor get up there on the pulpit, he say he need $2,000 from everybody in the church, or $1,000 from everybody in the church, or $500 from everybody in the church. You will see those women line up. Do you hear me? They will line up. Because why? They're being obedient to the pastor. They're being obedient to the pastor because in their mind, they believe that this is their spiritual husband. Green Bean says it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a fight. I'm going to give him the check. It's not going to be a fight. It's not going to be a fight. Because why? He is obedient to her husband. I'm obedient to my husband. Just like there's women in the church who is obedient to pastor. If pastor tell everybody by next Sunday, all the women in church, by next Sunday, I'm going to need $2,000 from everybody that's in the church today by next Sunday. What they going to do? You hear me? What they going to do? Them sisters ain't going to pay no rent. They ain't going to pay no rent. They ain't going to pay no mortgage. They'll find another way to get it, but they going to have that $2,000 when they come to church Sunday next week. You hear me? They going to have that money because why? They want to please pastor. Sometimes they will even outdo pastor gift on anniversary. You see sister come up with $5,000, pastor, God told me to bless you with this money. The pastor jump up. Oh, Sister Lisa done gave me $5,000. Y'all, look how good God is. They start jumping around and everything like that. Okay? But Sister Lisa know why she gave pastor that money. She know why she gave pastor that money. Because spiritually in her mind, she looks at pastor as her husband. When a woman is content with a man and she puts him in high esteem in her mind, ain't nothing she won't do. Ain't nothing she won't do. Do you hear me? Ain't nothing she won't do. If she have in her mind, okay, that this man, and she could be married, but she have in her mind that this man is better than her husband. She got this man on a pedestal in her mind. She gonna act like she ain't even married no more. Even if the husband tell her, don't get that past the $2,000, she gonna say it's my money. It's my money. I'm gonna give my pastor $2,000. It's my money. He gonna say, but we gonna come up short with the mortgage. She gonna say that's a you problem. That's a you problem. You will have Christian women fall out with their husbands about pastor, instead of it being the other way around. Because when pastor come ask you for something, you supposed to tell pastor, listen, pastor, my husband said we ain't got $2,000. So I can't give you $2,000. I'm sorry. Because what my husband said, we ain't got it. You supposed to fall out with pastor, not your husband. Your husband is the spiritual head in your household. This is the uncomfortable truth. In the natural order, pastor is nowhere in the natural order. Pastor is nowhere in the natural order. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Is pastor there? Ladies, is pastor in the natural order? Did they change the natural order? I just want to know, did they change it? I'm going to share something with y'all. I would truly have a problem. Okay? Hottie, how are you? I would truly have a problem if a pastor said to me, we need such and such by this time. And I went home and told my husband. And my husband said no, right? I would go back and tell the pastor, my husband said no. So even if the pastor said to me, oh, your husband, it must not be a child of God. If he said anything negative about my husband, I'll snap on that pastor. I don't care how much holy oil he got. I don't care how much holy oil is on a pulpit. I'm going to snap on you. You said what? What did you say? You didn't think I was going to respond. What happened? Because the thing is that your husband is the spiritual head in your household. He is the head. And I know some of y'all going to say, well, my husband is not the head. You shouldn't have married him. You shouldn't have married him. If you believe your husband is not the head, you shouldn't have married him. You shouldn't have accepted the ring at all. Because if you believe your pastor is the spiritual head in your household, you should not get married. All you're going to do is make a nightmare for your husband. All you're going to do is be a nightmare for this man. Just let him be. Black Queen said, period. The black church used to be the envy in our ancestors' time. The black church was the envy of all churches back then because they promoted family values. They promoted marriage. They promoted children. They promoted love, understanding. They promoted forgiveness. But now we in here promoting love and abundance and no corrections. Love and abundance, togetherness, that's right. We in here promoting now love and abundance and nothing else. Nothing else, nothing else. And so this is why you have these pastors that could get up there, play worldly music on a pulpit, desecrate the pulpit, wear women attire in heels, and as long as it look close to what a man would wear, it's okay. Hey Wallace, how are you? Long as it look close to what a woman will wear, it's okay. Walker said, without correction, there is no love. Amen. It's heartbreaking. We all believe that we are in the last days, right? So how is Yahweh coming back for you if you never learned that the word of God is like a two-edged sword? How is Yahweh coming back for you if you have not learned the good and the bad? How is Yahweh coming back for you if you can't be corrected? Because there's some of y'all sisters who go to church twice a week. And then the rest of the week, you breaking your husband down. You talking to him like you crazy. But the 2 times out of the week, you in church and you holy. But the rest of the days, you down there breaking your husband down and telling him off and cursing him out and calling him an MFer and saying all this other stuff about him. But, 2 days out of the week, I'm holy. Anytime he asks you to do something, you throw in scripture at him. So how is Yahweh coming back for you? Now, I'm not judging because I have done a lot of sin in my day. Okay? I've done a lot of sin in my day and stuff that I still remember to this day. And yes, it breaks my heart because I still remember what I have done. And yet I do ask for forgiveness, but certain things you will always remember. I'm not here telling you that, oh, I'm going to heaven. I'm not one of those. I'm going to heaven. I'm not one of those. But how do we not get the correction, but we could get the love in abundance? You know what I'm saying? That sounds crazy. Love and abundance have to come with the correction too. Well, we done with Mike Todd. Okay, we done with Mike Todd, Pastor Mike Todd. I'm going to share something with you. I felt so disgusted when he had spit in his brother's face. Do y'all remember that one? We was talking about it. When he spit in his brother's face and stuff like that, that was the nastiest stuff I had ever seen. And the whole church was like, oh, they was like, I was like, oh no, that's nasty. Yahweh told you to do that? You know what I'm saying? That's the worstest thing you could do to somebody, spit on them. Yahweh told you to do that? Oh my God. Okay, so we gonna head over to Instagram because Instagram got foolery going on, and we gonna acknowledge Corey Joe. Okay, we gonna acknowledge Corey Joe's super chat. Okay, now I never said I was perfect. I know I'm a heathen. Okay, so when I play this right here, I want you to understand that I already know that I'm a heathen. Okay, so when I play this type of music, you don't have to say one word. Okay, I already know. All right. Listen, it is what it is. I already know what I am, okay? If I could get to it. If my phone start acting crazy. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Let's see if it worked now. Okay. So I know I'm a heathen when I play this, okay? I already know. You don't have to judge me. I already know I'm a heathen.
Hey man, how you doing? I just set your package right here for you. Thank you very much. You enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Man, you just hold it right there, young man.
Shout out to Corey.
Are you my new delivery driver? What
For
happened
the
to Sylvester?
$2 super
Oh,
chat.
Sylvester retired. I'll be delivering your packages from now on.
Well, I like how you handle that big package all by your lonesome.
Thank you.
I'm pretty good at handling big old packages myself, if you catch my drift.
No ma'am, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about.
I need you to check that envelope on the table right there and let me know what you think.
It's like $2,000 in it.
And it's got 4 damn good names.
That's what I'm willing to pay for you to bring me that big package every week. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
So you're gonna pay me $2,000 to bring you this package every week?
Young man, my tolerance for individuals playing fool is very, very low. Now you know what package I'm referring to. Please don't upset Miss Mildred by being an imbecile.
You're talking about that package. Package.
Yes, that package. Now there's a few things that need to be established before this agreement is transpired. Number one, don't ever show up to my house with it shaky.
But I like the
I like my meat to be ungroomed, like the front yard of a vacant home. I expect to see Mr. Snuffleupagus down there when I drop them drawers. Do you understand me? If it doesn't look like Harry and the Hendersons between them thighs, I'm going to be very, very displeased. Secondly, how long do you normally last, young man?
What do you mean? Like last, like what?
How long can I expect my sweet potato to be pleasurized?
I mean, I normally go like 15, 20 minutes or so.
15 to 20 minutes? That ain't enough. That's not going to do nothing but piss me off. I'm used to my ovaries being dislocated by old Frank. 15 to 20 minutes just ain't going to cut it.
Who?
I need every hole that I own to be aggressively manhandled. Is that understood,
Oh
young man?
my God.
Is that understood, young man?
Yes, ma'am.
I need to be devoured for at least 3 hours.
3 hours?
3 hours! I'm paying you 2 G's. You better drop me to my knees. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I want you to take this money. I want you to go home and think about that little arrangement. If you agree upon it, I want you to return with it looking like Bushwick Bill between your legs.
Bushwick Bill.
And I want to ride you from behind. Is that understood?
What do you mean, ride me?
I want to ride it from behind, young man. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm going to share something with you. When she said ride it from behind, I don't know how, but I had imagined it and I had ran it by my husband. And he said, you too fresh. Like, how did you think that, you know what I'm saying? I was like, because she said she wanted to ride it from behind. So my mind just imagined, he told me, girl, be quiet. Because I'm trying to understand how. Okay, I was trying to understand how when she said ride it from behind. So I just, anyway, okay. Now let's get into the foolery. Okay, let's continue. Well, we already in the foolery. Let's continue. Okay, all right. Now Walker said all money ain't good money. LOL. Run. Listen. When she said 3 hours, I said, wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute, 3 hours? Anyway, okay. So the first foolery of the day, okay, on our IG streets, the first foolery of the day, okay, and this is nasty, okay, this is nasty, but we gonna talk about this. A woman gave her husband, well, not gave, but she wanted to talk to her husband, okay? And she said, my friend needs help, okay? And the husband said, what kind of help she need? And then she said this to her husband. Check this out.
Okay, Ronnie, so listen, I have a very serious question to ask you, something I need to talk to you about real quick. So one of my friends, right, she wants to have a baby. She's getting up in age and she never was able to have a baby. And so we talked about it and she wanted me to know if it would be okay if I talked to you to see if you could help her out with it.
Help her out?
Help her get a baby, man. Like impregnate her. But she don't want to go through, she want to go the old-fashioned way. She don't want to go through the lab and the clinics and all that. She wants to do the old-fashioned way.
Hold on.
And she doesn't have a man.
She want me to personally, physically, one-on-one,
Yeah.
bend over, bend up, and put a baby in her. And you cool with it?
Well, you don't have to do all the bending, but whatever it takes, yeah. And hopefully it'll only be one time, so that way you don't have to make it,
So you cool with that?
I mean, I'm kind of uncomfortable with it, but I mean, if it'll give her the child that she wants, and she won't ever be able to have kids, and she don't have a boyfriend, and she wants a child, yeah, if I can help her out, that's what friends do. Friends help each other.
Call her ass up and tell her bring her ass over tonight. I got her.
So you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna fade that fade. Tell her bring her ass over tonight. I got her.
You know what? I know you would be on board. I'm just so happy that I can trust you to just, be there for my friends in the time of need.
Now, we all know it's a skit. Green Beans, you ain't had to put it in the chat. We all know it's a skit. But, nowadays, you can see foolishness happen like this. Okay? Walker says she a special kind of stupid. Yes. We all know that, this is a skit. But nowadays, these young generation, y'all do some foolery. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I always laugh when I hear people say, oh, me and my wife did, a group thing. You know what I'm saying? I always laugh when people come to social media and say they wife and they married, they went and done a group thing. Okay? Because I, as, being a wife, I can't see my husband knocking some other woman down out the park. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how my husband manhandle me. So I can't see him doing that. Like, I'm looking across the bed. Because usually they do like a tag team thing. So, you on one bed, they on the other. I can't imagine my husband, like, manhandling some other woman and I see it. Like, it makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just I'm just saying, I can't imagine. So I'm going to let my friend jump on my husband because she want to have a baby. And because she don't have a man of her own, now she going to be sleeping with my husband so that she could get a baby. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all who be doing this group thing, and we not saying that they insisted on doing a group thing, but there's some situations that y'all be doing the group thing. Like, can you imagine a man who love his wife, but he only going in because she wanted to do the thing, and he got to see this big man. You don't know how big the man is. You know what I'm saying? It could be your neighbor. You seen your neighbor out there lifting weights and stuff like that. And sometimes he look at your wife and stuff. And so y'all decide some kinky stuff to do together. And then you watch this man manhandle that bajayjay. Okay? He manhandles the bajayjay. And you ain't never hear your wife scream like that before. The next love making would be for a long time. I couldn't see it. The next love making would be for a long time. I couldn't see it. Anyway, let's get on to the next foolery of the day. Okay? Dr. Umar came to social media and he said this. Okay? Let's get in here because this is what Dr. Umar said. Check this out. Now, he ain't lying though when he said it, but let's hear what he got to say. Here we go.
Christians need to see the movie. And for you Christians who are attacking this movie, calling it demonic, I want you to know that this is why a lot of black people don't mess with religion. Here's a brother, Ryan Coogler, putting out a black movie, black people, black cast, and you criticizing it because it doesn't line up with your personal religious beliefs. Do your children pledge allegiance to the flag? Because if your children pledge allegiance to the flag of America, that's demonic. Have you done anything about that? Do you still have white Jesus in your church and white Jesus in your home and white Jesus in your Bible? That's demonic because Jesus wasn't Caucasian. So stop being a hypocrite where you want to criticize Ryan Coogler's movie, but you'll tell your children to pledge allegiance to the flag of a racist country, and you don't mind going to church with images of a white Jesus who never existed. Stop with the selective morality. It almost reminds me of Shannon Sharp art, where you got some sisters who say, I'm canceling Shannon Sharp. But you didn't cancel Roman Catholic Church. You didn't cancel Elvis Presley. You didn't cancel certain black men of importance in our history who slept with children who were underage. You didn't cancel them. But you want to cancel Shannon Sharp. You ain't cancel the killers of Breonna Taylor and Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown, but you want to cancel Shannon Sharp. Same thing with the Christian church. You want to pick on Ryan Coogler, but you want to pick on the enemies of African people. What are you doing for African people? That's the question. Stop worrying about this movie. Stop criticizing this movie. Go make your own movie then. And this is the problem with black religion. Most black religionists are narcissists. Religious narcissism art is a big problem in our community because we believe everybody got to believe what we believe. And if you don't believe what I believe, you working with the devil.
I'm going to share something with you. I think the black churches, I think, it's nasty what I'm about to say, but I think they lost their way. Yeah, I think they lost their way. I really do. Because the stuff that you should call out, you don't call out. But the stuff that you think you should call out, then you call out. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm trying to land well. But the stuff that makes sense that you should call out, you don't call out. Like a pastor up there wearing something that don't look good, is too tight, you don't call that out. A pastor up there and not married, but he or she is teaching the word of God. And then some Sundays they get up there talking about they backslide and all this other stuff. You don't call that out. Pastor got 3-4 baby mamas. You don't call that out. Pastor got 2-3 children and not married. You don't call that out. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, that's what sometimes we get in here and we do. We call out the most foolish things. We don't call out the choir master. Not the choir master, but the choir director. We don't call out the choir director for, being so flamboyant. We don't call that out. We don't say nothing about that. Okay? We don't. We don't call out some of the ministers who are flamboyant when they're talking to pastor. We don't call that out. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. All right. Now, I heard I Am Truth say this, and this broke my heart. I heard this early this morning when I was aggravating my husband. And as I was biting him, I was on my phone. So now, let me see. Was I biting him? Yeah, I was biting him. I was biting him, and then I got on my phone. So as I was biting him, because, we had already, So I was biting him after, and then I was on my phone. Okay. So I heard I Am Truth say this. And me and my king was listening to it. He was like, wow, that brother sound like he broken. He sound like he broken. And this is all because he wanted to please his father. There are so many black men who are out here trying to please their father. And sometimes we have to understand that your father might be broken. So they don't know how to praise you. They don't know how to uplift you. And sometimes their failures will lay upon you to think that you're supposed to get in there and do it. And all the while, the true problem is your father. It's not you. All you can do is continue to be you and continue to want better for you and your family. So when I heard I Am Truth say this, I was like, this brother is going through something when it comes to his father. Now, mind you, he's giving corrections. He's doing the right thing. He's giving corrections on that stuff, but he's broken inside when he talks about his dad. So this is a little, off topic, okay? We're going to do a little foolery with this one, okay? Here we go.
So when you hear the word father, what does that mean to you?
Wow. So many words. I'll start with jealousy. My father, my father, believe it or not, has poured into everybody with me. My father did boxing promoting. I can box. My father did rapper promotion. I can rap. I'm one of the best rappers in the world. My father promoted singers. I can sing. My father has a radio show. Talks better than me. Right? I do all of those things well. My father looked for a star his whole life and birthed one and overlooked it, right? And it's funny that he said what he said. Even to this day, right? I don't even deal with my father like that. But sometimes I have moments of vulnerability as we're not allowed to have. And so I pulled up on him one day, right? Just to give me one more shot to be a dad, right? Because I fucked the father part. I wanted a dad, right? And I pulled up on him and I said, he was like, damn, I see you doing your thing. And God, Papa, and we're going out. And with the celebrity, people are like, truth. And we take a picture. I'm gonna show you how sick this man is. We take a picture. And the picture probably gets 100,000 likes, comments. Oh my God, we didn't know that was your son, and blah 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 blah. Because there was no mention of him, he took the picture down. The success was too.
Yeah. So when you hear the word father, what does that mean to you?
What that sound like to y'all? They always talk about the mama being jealous of the daughter, but there are a lot of fathers who are jealous of their sons. Because their son did all the things that they wish they could have done. But I'm going to share something with you. Not all fathers are like this. Not all. It's just the ones who are broken. The ones who were not raised properly growing up, those be the ones that they be jealous for no reason. For no reason. Because a father is supposed to Do you know the only person in the world that would be happy only person in the world that would be happy that you succeed as a man is supposed to be your father? That's the only person in the world that is never supposed to be jealous of you for anything. That he wants to see you succeed because you are his lineage. You're part of his bloodline. So he's supposed to be proud that you are making it, not being sad that he couldn't do it. You understand? Not being jealous that he couldn't do it. You understand? We're not even talking about the mama, because truthfully, and this is nasty, my sisters, don't get upset when I say this. Truthfully, you have started. The father carries the seed of life and the mama incubates the baby. Don't be mad with me, my sisters, but it's true. So you are your father's copy. So your father is going to be so proud of you that you have made something of yourself. He's not supposed to be jealous of you. And I think I Am Truth is dealing with some truth himself. Because for them to ask him that type of question, and I have never saw this brother break down before. And how he just looked into the camera, you could just tell that this type of situation triggered him. Mind you, he's married. He's married, family man, he got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? But that triggered him because I wanted to do everything to please my father. I wanted to be everything that he could not be, so he can see the star in me. Come to find out, he knew that there was a star in me, but he was dimming my light. Because why would you take a picture down of you and your son? Okay? Why would you take a picture down of you and your son? Because people were talking about your son more than you. You supposed to get up there and be promoting your son. That's my firstborn. That's my firstborn son. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. He doing the damn thing. He got a family. He taking care of business. That's what a father is supposed to do. I always sit back and I look at my husband on how he interacts with the children. And I'm going to share something with you. Sometimes I'm jealous. Yes. Sometimes I'm jealous. Our kids will come home and tell their father how something happened amazing in school. And I will look at them and I say, we are so proud of you. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. And my king will look at them. And the same thing that I said, okay? Same thing that I said. Do you think when a father say it, it brings more power? Do you think that, y'all? Because the same thing that I said, that we are so proud of you, okay? He will go in and say, Daddy is so proud of you, right? Right? You see these children, they will, the shoulders get raised. Like you told them they want $1 million. Like the shoulders get raised and they excited that they daddy said to them, I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Just something that I just said. And they look at me like, and then they'll ask him, same thing. And he'll tell them, I am so proud of you. Keep up the good work. And it's like, you can't tell me nothing, mama. You know what I'm saying? Like they just brush their shoulders off like, mama, you can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to come tell me nothing because my daddy said. It's a difference when the daddy tell them. They feel, what my daddy said to me, that, I know it's going to happen because my daddy said it. So if I Am Truth had got this from his father, this man will probably be more greater than what he is because he was looking for what? He was looking for that, how can I say this? He was looking for that, it's on the tip of my tongue, but he was looking for that, I guess, acknowledgement. Am I saying that right? He was looking for that. He was looking for that praise that he needed growing up. And so he had to give it to himself. There are a lot of our children that they second guess themselves. And this is where the owner's manual comes into play. Shout out to JT. This is when the owner's manual come into play because these children need that praise from their father. They need it. Our son started training for football because he's going to high school, right? So the coach in his middle school was telling him, you are too big. Told him, you are too big for your age. Do you play football? He said, no. I don't. He said, you look like a wall. That's what he told him. So he came home and told me and his father. So now I said, okay, so what you want to do? He said, I want to go for it, but this one, now mind you, this is what I said. Okay? This is what I said. Okay? I said to him, I think, you know, we could talk about it. Maybe we could, you know, do something with it or whatever. Okay. So he went and waited till my husband got home, and he said, Dad, this is what the gym teacher told me, you know, that I look like a wall, that I could, you know, play football, that I'm really strong, you know. So my king told him, what is your name? So our son said, this is my name. He said his name. He said, you know why I named you that? Because when your mother gave birth to you, I looked at you and I said, this is ability. This is able. Your name means you are able to do anything that you put your mind to. That's your name. He said, so what's your name? He asked our son again. And he said it right. And then he looked at him. He said, so you able to do this. The boy looked at me. Okay, the boy looked at me like I ain't say nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? Like what my husband just said to him was everything. He just like, Mama, you know, you ain't say nothing to me. You ain't say nothing to me, Mama. Went through the whole training and everything, and he's still doing the training, but they gave him all the paperwork to bring home because the coach you gotta go through all the training and everything before the coach pick you, because it was a lot of boys who was doing it. And once you pass a certain part of the training, you get the paperwork or you don't. Like he'll tell you, no, you done at this, you finish, you know. And so our son was telling us how painful it was at tryouts. Our son was telling us how painful it was. And I'm telling him, oh, you're going to be all right. You know, you got to do this. You got to soak this and that, whatever, right? So my king coming in and telling him, boy, you strong. You hear me? You strong, okay? You a wall. You hear me? The boy act like he had no more pain. Like what I said wasn't nothing. Like he just, you know, whatever mama said, it ain't mean nothing. Okay? I'm just saying. It's right. You right. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because we talk about how mamas are always jealous of these girls, but also daddies go through some foolery too. Okay? They go through some foolery too. Okay? Now I want y'all to hear something that Dr. Cheyenne had said. And Dr. Cheyenne caused a lot of trouble on YouTube. She does. Shout out to Dr. Cheyenne. She caused a lot of trouble on YouTube. Okay? And some of her stuff be wilding out. And I'm going to share something with you. Being a content creator, you have to be careful talking about Cardi B. I don't care what you're saying about her, but you got to be careful because she quick. Okay? Tasha K know what I'm talking about. She quick. You got to be careful talking about Cardi B. But this is what Dr. Cheyenne has said. Check this out.
Dr. Bryant punched us real hard in the chest with this one. I don't think y'all really heard what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant said recently on her interview with Jason Lee. This video needs to be viewed, especially by us women who tend to jump into relationships based off the potential that we may see in a man. Miss Mamas dropped the load on us because you can't change a man. Where you meet him at in his life, that is who you should expect him to be. And if you expected him to change that after he got you, being the way that he already is, honey, you only fooling yourself. Y'all watch this clip.
Just saying, I think Cardi B is a beautiful woman, right? And I believe she went into it choosing to have a husband and family, which is what she created.
Yes.
Cardi came in and said, I'm creating a family. I have no kids. I'm with Offset. You're my husband. We're having these babies. Offset came in already a baby daddy with baby mamas, with beautiful kids.
So
he created who he is.
in that marriage. That's called unequally yoked. So now, what is Cardi B?
To make her a baby mom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Offset created who he was. He chose Cardi, a woman who came with no kids, had never been married, was killing her career. So all we know is what she was producing was not that of a divorcee, not that of a baby mama. She came in producing fruit, harvest. She chose a man who already produced baby mamas, broken families, broken homes. She chose him. That's why we can't really blame him. And then he came and gave her what she chose from the beginning of when she chose the man. A womanizer and a baby daddy. She chose that.
But men are also
Listen,
convincing, will tell you that they're
let me tell you
changing.
this.
I'm changed.
No.
I'm going to change for you.
Let me say this.
We all be lying.
The only way to find out if a man is going to change is if you do like Cardi and many other women have done.
Give him
You
a chance.
choose the man to see if he's going to change. And I'm here to tell you, and I don't care what man wants to challenge me on it, baby, please challenge me, that a man is going to be the man that you chose him at the place that you chose him at. Period.
So I got just a little problem with what she said, because if that's true, then men have chosen women when they were at the bottom. Men have chosen women when they were at the bottom. Men have chosen women when they were baby number 1, baby number 2. And yet he had no children and he still married her. So is it the same? Because we getting out here and we dog walking. Now don't get me wrong, because Offset got some issues, but Cardi B got some issues too. You know what I'm saying? They both got issues. I don't know if that was like a good, role model for both of them. But I'm just saying, I have a problem when we get in here and we just assess men only and not assess, okay, so the woman is perfect. She was messing with this brother. Allegedly, he was with somebody. She took him from another woman. What did you expect? Like, if you take a man from another woman and he cheated on her to be with you, what you think he gonna do when y'all get together? Like some of y'all who sleep with these married men, and then all of a sudden, you telling him he need to divorce his wife, and now he divorced his wife. My sister, the opening, your position is open. Your position of being the side chick is open. So he got to find your replacement. You understand? So this is, you know what I'm saying? We got to understand this. It's cray-cray. It's cray-cray. This is why you have to pay attention to how people do things. This is why you have to watch. This is why you have to be patient. Instead of passing up to JJ so quick, be mindful of what you're doing. Look around. You understand? If he already has bad situations, don't jump in here and follow it. This is why I always say, check this out. I never tell men don't be with baby mamas. I'm not one of those content creators. I can't be. I was a baby mama and somebody had mercy on me. Okay? So I could never be like, oh, don't be with a baby mama. But what I will tell you is that she got to have those kids in order, and she got to have that baby daddies or baby daddy in order. You understand? There has to be boundaries, and they have to be set correctly before you get in here and want to date somebody. Because if you don't have these boundaries, all foolery can happen. And you will miss this amazing opportunity that somebody wanted to come save you. So I do stress, I do let people know you have to be able to do this walk first. Don't just go and be with a baby mama and then all hell break loose once you get married. Because if the boundaries are not there, the baby daddy gonna be coming over anytime he want, calling on the phone anytime he want. The disrespect will continue. Hey Tracy, how are you, honey? This is the uncomfortable truth. So I'm not saying, okay, you know, Offset is amazing. I'm not. He got some nonsense going on with him, but Cardi B do too. She has foolery going on with her too. You don't just go and be with a man who already got all these problems and you don't see change. You don't see change. You're walking into the lion's den with your eyes closed. Alleged. I don't want to get sued. I ain't got no money. Okay? Now, I'm going to share something with y'all that was so funny. And Ugly Money had posted this. And I laughed so hard when I heard this. Because now the studs say that they are ready to lay waste to 100 men. So 100 studs said they are ready to lay waste to 100 men. Can y'all believe that? The studs said they want to take it to the chin with men. Okay? This is what one stud said. Check this out.
A proposition for y'all. Since all y'all niggas wanna keep jumping on studs and shit. 100 studs versus 100 niggas. I bet we win. Pussies.
She said, I bet we win. Y'all pussies. She said 100 studs versus 100 men. I bet we win. Pussies. She called all men pussies. Now, what do y'all think 100 studs and 100 men equal? What do you think? 100 studs versus 100 men. This is a battle. What y'all think this equal? Are we going to start seeing femininity? Because I don't see how you're going to be able to overpower a biological man. I'm just wondering, like, you know, because, you know, the Western society had y'all believe that y'all could beat men up. You know, only the Western society. Nobody else have y'all believe in that. Steven said a crime scene. I'm tired. Okay. Walker said, let me know when it's happening so I can place my bet. That's what I said. But Ugly Money had said this, and I laughed so hard. I thought it was funny. This is what he said.
Studs and shit. 100 studs versus 100 niggas. I bet we win. Pussies.
Come on with it. No. Come on with it. Me and my bros ready. We ready. Come on with it. And after we whoop y'all ass, somebody getting pregnant. Oh, y'all forgot that it's still pussy up under them damn jeans. It's still pussy up under them boxes. Come on with it. We ready. Somebody getting pregnant. That ugly money.
That's nasty. So Ugly Money is saying 100 studs versus 100 men equal 100 babies. That's what he's saying. Y'all want to fight men now. This is what it is. This is the thing. We ready to fight men. Only the Western society got y'all out here acting cray-cray. Only the Western society. Only. No other culture, no other, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else in any other part of the world think like this. Only the Western society. 100 studs versus 100 biological men that you think you can beat. And then after he gets you down to the floor, what happens then? After he gets you down, because I already see this going to be a tap out, like two minutes. Not even, I'm going to give it 1 minute. This going to be a tap out. If you're asking men to just be brutal with y'all, like just, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be what y'all think. Like this, you know, I'm just saying, like hands off everything, you know what I'm saying? Like You know what I'm saying? This is not going to go well. Okay? This is not going to go well at all. But the Western society have y'all believe that this makes sense. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. 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 I got something that's going to trigger y'all. I don't know if I should play it. I got something that's going to trigger y'all. But what this young woman is saying, she's telling the truth. And then I'm going to let y'all go for the day. Okay? Thank you to everybody who tuned in and rocked with me this morning. But this young woman has said this, and then we're going to discuss it, and I'm going to let y'all go. Here we go.
Are black, I repeat, it is not because you are black. It is because you lack morals, self-respect, and character. You are loud, you are obnoxious, disrespectful, with very little regard for anyone else. You don't just tolerate dysfunction, you defend it, you protect the degenerates, and then you try to silence anyone who is calling for accountability. You let the worst of the community become the face of the community, and then you get upset when the world treats you like we are all degenerates. And then you want people to care about black lives. When black people kill more black people than anyone, we are first in line to get an abortion, and the children that are actually in the community, they can't even fucking read. And then instead of holding accountability for the things that are actually going on in our community, we scapegoat white people. White people that have nothing to do with what is going on within the black community. So if it is because you're black, thank other black people.
Now, I know some of us are not going to agree, and that's fine. Excuse me. I know some of us not going to agree, and that's fine. We have to agree to disagree. But there's so many crazy things that's going on in the black community that we uplift, okay? Point in case, okay? A lot of y'all was mad with me about the video when I was talking about Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr. and Ryan Hinton as well. Okay? When we're talking about the father, Rodney Hinton Jr., and about how he deleted this sheriff officer, a lot of y'all was saying it was an eye for an eye. Social media even got the information wrong. An eye for an eye. A lot of y'all was saying this is jungle justice. Okay? A lot of y'all believe what the father did was correct. There was somebody in my comment section that I put up the officer's picture, and I believe it was on Facebook. I put up the officer's picture, and the person said, "We don't give two shits." And I wrote back to him, I said, I hope these same words that you wrote find you on the day when God calls you to glory. Because how do you not even think about a man who innocent blood was spilled for another man who took out somebody's son? Regardless, overall, if people are tired of the police, green beans, regardless, okay, regardless, an innocent man should not be praised that an innocent man dies. I'm not saying what happened to Ryan was how can I say this? Rightfully so. No, I can't say that because that video was horrible. You can't get me to say that made sense. You can't get me to say that made sense. They got to fix that video. And I actually have to see him have this Peace Be Still in his hand. I actually have to see that he dropped this Peace Be Still, because to me it looked like he dropped his phone. Okay? To me, it looked like he dropped his phone. That's what it looked like. And that's probably what they're going to say later, that he had a phone. Okay? The young man, it looked like to me, he was sent to glory because of a scared cop. That's what it looked like to me. But I still don't believe Mr. Larry Henderson was supposed to die. That's wrong. Just like when we talk about Carmelo Anthony. I don't believe that a 17-year-old has to die. Austin had to die. I don't believe that. That's just the woman in me, the mother in me. I don't believe it. I don't think killing of any police is just. And I don't believe any killing of our children is just too. Even when we talk about the Caucasian woman who she saw one of our children digging through her diaper bag. It wasn't even a purse. People was like, oh, it was the purse the boy was digging in. It was a diaper bag that the young boy that's 5 years old was digging in the diaper bag. Now, Officer Tatum said he looked 10. I saw the picture. He looks 5. Okay? He looks 5. Okay? Digging in the diaper bag, trying to get toys out. Now, was the little boy wrong? He was wrong. Where was his parents at? But he's 5. Who knows better? You know what I'm saying? You're 5 years old. You want to get little toys. You see toys in the bag, so you want to take toys out. He should not be called the N-word with the hard R. What she should have done that made sense, and she wanted to go viral. Why is people filming her? She wanted to go viral and say that to that little boy. Okay? And now she done raised over $500,000 or close to $1 million. This is nonsense. And all this is stemming from because Carmelo Anthony, people are not even in here making right judgments in both communities. Because truthfully, the woman who called this child a ninja with the hard R, she's a scumbag. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't no way take heed walking around. She see a Caucasian baby digging in her diaper bag, 5 years old. I'm calling them out their name. Ain't no way. First thing I'm going to ask the baby, what you need, honey? Oh, I see this toy in your bag. Okay, but where your mama at? Where your mama at? Then I go to the mama and I say, listen, your baby was digging in the bag. Let's talk about it because the baby shouldn't have been digging in the bag. Then the mama would tell her daughter, no, don't be doing that. Or if it's a boy, don't be doing that. You ain't supposed to be digging in somebody else's bag. You don't get up there, start filming, and call this child the N-word. She's scum. She's scum. We should not be praising foolery, even in our community too. Do y'all remember the story that I told y'all about the young boy who passed away because of 6 gang members? And all these people are in our community. The young boy is a melanated child, one of our children, 7 years old. And the 6 men are our children too. Okay? 6 young boys, our children too. They're gang members. Okay? They deleted this boy by trying to get his cousin. Okay? Officer Tatum just started talking about this video, but I had talked about it way before, but he just posted one, okay, about this young man. This happened in January. Do you know the family got a GoFundMe? The money is only $1,000 and some change. The money is only $1,000 and some change. They doing a GoFundMe because all the other foolery is being put forth first. This is the uncomfortable truth, y'all. If it ain't black and white, it ain't right. Do you hear me? If it ain't black and white, it ain't right. See, black and white bring up that controversy. You know what I'm saying? Let's get in here. You know, let's act the fool. But the black community, Mr. Crump, all of them should be outraged by the gang affiliation with the 6 men who deleted the 7-year-old boy. Okay? This boy was only 7. His life got snuffed out in his house because they were looking for his cousin, and his cousin died. The 7-year-old got deleted because they were looking for the cousin. And it wasn't just a regular peace be still. They said it was an automatic that shot up the house. But you don't hear it. You don't hear it nowhere. Nobody talking about it. But Carmelo Anthony, we gonna get in here. We gonna talk about Austin. We gonna get in here because it's a black and white issue. We gonna talk about it. But you don't hear none of the black activists jumping up. You don't hear D.L. Hughley. You don't hear all these content creators out here talking about it. But you hear them talk about how the Caucasian woman called one of our melanated children the N-word with the hard R. But we ain't talking about how one of our babies got sent to glory because of 6 of our stupid children. That's right. Stupid children, scum of the earth, monsters that did that foolery to one of our own. We not talking about that though. And I hope they rot in jail. I hope they rot in jail for the rest of their life. Yes, Take Heed said that. Because a 7-year-old, that's right, demons, Stephen. Because a 7-year-old is not supposed to be sent to glory because you got a disagreement with his cousin. Come on now. Y'all, much love to you all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you to everybody who came and rocked with me. Okay, I appreciate y'all. We done for today. Okay. Now I appreciate everybody who came and who rocked with me and who donated to the channel, because you could have been anywhere else, but you said, let me go see what this loudmouth heifer talking about, and I appreciate you for that. Please take time to like and subscribe to all the content creators that I had mentioned this morning. Also take time to like and subscribe to me if you like my content as well. If you want to donate through Cash App, through Venmo, through Super Chat, they are available, okay? Because I'm broke, because somebody said I was broke. I'm broke, yes. Okay, so if you want to donate to the channel, Take Heed letting you know I'm broke, okay? And Mother's Day is coming, so I can buy some nice shiny things before Mother's Day comes. Also, if you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmracksfashion.com. Mercari, POSHMARK, eBay is in the link in my bio. If you want to shop merch, scroll to the top of the page. You will see shop or store if you're interested, okay? If you're interested. They got hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, and baby clothes and everything, honey. So if you're interested, come and check it out, okay? Everybody have a wonderful day. Much love to you all. And I'm going to drop this right here, okay? I'm going to drop this right here. Here we go. No problems, Green Beans. You always donate to the channel. Oh, Tracy, thank you, baby, for the $20 super chat.
Young people, ain't nothing wrong with having you a eater. We can't forget where we come from. If y'all don't mind, let's have a little church right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Right now.
We're going to get in trouble with this song. We're going to get in trouble.
It's something about my little eater. Something about my man eater. It's something about my little eater.
So we want to say thank you to Tracy for the $20 super chat. She said happy Mother's Day. Baby, thank you. And if you are a mother, happy Mother's Day to you too. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who took time. We're going to go out with Tracy donation. We're going to put a song in there for her. And we're going to say thank you to her donating to the channel, baby. I appreciate you. I got something for you. Here we go. Let me see. Here we go, Tracy. This is funny. Check this out, Tracy.
What bra should I wear today? Oh.